Check out IG Vault for the cheapest NBA Live mobile coins. Click the link in the description and use the code Bobby for 6% off.
What's up, ballers? It's Bobby Buckets back with another episode of NBA Live Mobile. So in today's episode, I'm going to be showing you guys which players you should try to buy now because their prices are about to go way up. So I'm mainly talking about the All-Star event players. I've got them pulled up here on my phone, and going through them, there are some players that they might seem a little bit expensive right now, but in 1 or 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, their prices will have doubled or tripled because of the way that they are affected by the market right now and the way that it's going to change as people can't get them anymore. So basically, as with any program that NBA Live Mobile has, players' prices will always go up after the program ends simply because there aren't more players going into the market. So as more people add them to their team and aren't selling them after they buy them, the prices go up and up because they become more rare. So because there are so many in circulation, especially whenever people got free elites, that push the prices way down. And as time goes on from the event, prices are just going to go up and up. So I'm going to give you guys a few of the main players that you should look to buy in order to try to make coins off of this event. You'll probably notice that I actually bought a few of these in my shopping spree earlier. That's because I could tell that prices were going to go up based off of any competition they have at their position or whatever. So I'm just going to be starting with the 91 and 92 All-Star Elites because those are going to be the main ones you're going to be able to make coins on. Now, obviously, all of these guys are going to rise in price once the event ends, but these are my main guys that I would say to go for. So, alright, we got an alarm going off for no reason. Okay. So, starting off, we got 91 Russell Westbrook. I don't think his price is going to go up too much because of 93 James Harden, so we'll get to him later. Then we got 92 Anthony Davis. I believe his price will go up a little bit, but probably not as much as the others, so he is a center for the shooting lineup. So looking at him, he is well, actually, no, he's not even the best center. The thing is, he does have way better stats than Bill Russell. Bill Russell is pretty much his only good stat is defense. So his price is probably going to go up a little bit, but not as much as some of the other guys that we're going to take a look at. And we also have Tim Duncan, who also doesn't really have great stats. Honestly, my Amari Stoudemire card is better than most of these cards except for Anthony Davis, and still better offensively. So you definitely have some good alternatives to him. Don't necessarily buy him or Giannis. There are definitely better options for center at the defensive lineup. So if we look at center for the defensive lineup, I believe there are definitely better offensive options. Now, obviously, I think he's the highest rated, but there is 91 Vucevic that's going to sell for a lot cheaper and has way better stats, so Giannis's price won't rise as much. The first big one that you guys need to invest in is the 92 Jimmy Butler for the shooting lineup. So right now, he is the highest overall that you can get in that position, and B, he just blows everybody else out of the water in regard to statistics. So if you look at his alternatives, Chris Bosh, better than Chris Bosh in every single statistic. I'm looking at the 90 overalls and better. Tim Duncan beats him in every single statistic. This card is just far and away better than every other card. 90 and above at that position. You can see every single stat is 80 and above, which is ridiculous for a power forward. So his price is going to go way up. I think right now he's selling for around 700K or less. So go ahead and start buying those guys up because I promise you his price is going to, I'm guessing it will at least double, maybe even better. Then moving on, we're moving up to, so I wouldn't say invest in the 92 DeMar DeRozan. There's already a lot of good small forwards for the small ball lineup. I wouldn't invest in Kyrie Irving because the big man lineup is the most overpowered lineup in the game, so I don't think his price is going to go up a ton. I would suggest investing in the power forward Kawhi Leonard for the defensive lineup. So he's a, let's see, we'll just search 90 and above for that lineup and see what our options are. So we do have Draymond and Dirk, but if you look at Kawhi's stats, really, really good stats. So he's almost 80 plus in every single statistic except for passing, and he is at least, I believe, at least 2 overall or better more than every other player. So Draymond has some decent stats, but they don't match Kawhi's. And Zach Randolph, not even close except for his defense. So I would definitely start snatching up those. That's going to be another one of those cards that's going to go up a bunch in price. Next, we have 93 James Harden. This is going to be another one of those cards that's going to go up a bunch in price. So he is for the two-way lineup. His alternatives, you do have that Russell Westbrook, so he's going to go up in price. You do have a couple common options, but they're not really good options. So if you look, he has better stats, basically in all the ones that you really want: speed, three-pointer, shooting, and dribbling. Then Moutier, better than, actually Rondo has a surprisingly good card. I didn't even realize that, but Rondo's isn't really as good offensively. So if you're looking for an offensive-minded card, Harden's going to have to be the one that you go to, especially if you're looking for 92 and above. So you do have Magic Johnson and Rondo, and then every once in a while you'll see a tip-off James Harden, but none of them come close to matching James Harden's three-point stat, and that's what a lot of people look at when they're buying cards, which is why his price is going to go up a bunch as well. Next, we've got All-Star, the 93 Steph Curry, and he is a small forward for the small ball lineup, so his price isn't going to go up as much either because of Hero of the Month Kawhi Leonard and Supremacy LeBron and DeMar DeRozan. And All-Star Andrew Wiggins, the 96, is also in that lineup, so I don't think his price is going to go up a ton. It'll obviously go up a bit because there are just so many people that like Steph Curry as a player, but I don't think it'll go up as much as the others. Next, we've got that 94 Kevin Durant. Now, some people will probably say that the shooting guards won't go up as much in price as I think they will, but his stats are so much better than pretty much everybody close to him, especially given his three-point stat. That's really what sets him apart. So obviously we have this crazy expensive Scottie Pippen card, and we have T-Mac. A lot of people will end up keeping T-Mac, but already Kevin Durant's price has gone up simply because his three-point stat is so good, and those are really the only two cards that compare to him. So you could also probably snatch up a Tracy McGrady card for pretty cheap right now because there are a lot of people replacing him with Kevin Durant. So that's another one to invest in. Then we got 94 LeBron at the point guard position for the big man lineup. Obviously, the big man lineup is crazy overpowered, but just taking a look, your next options below that are Andre Miller. He's got a better three-point stat, but LeBron, pretty much everything except for his three-point stat is just monstrous. I'm pretty sure this is the cheapest 94 in the game. You can get him for around $700K, which is just insane. And there aren't that many options, at least that you can buy on the auction house, that are very close to him, other than that Rondo card. His price is going to go way up, especially given his overall and the number of people that are going to be trying to improve their big man lineup. Then next we've got our 96s. So Karl Anthony Towns, obviously all the 96s are going to go up in price significantly, just because this is the first 96 overall cards in the game that have been that easy to obtain. But there are some that are going to go up more in price than others. So first, we got Karl Anthony Towns for the two-way lineup. I believe he's going to go up significantly, probably one of the most, although Bob McAdoo is a really good alternative, and he's a set legend, so he's easier to get, and he also has some competition. I think there's one more card. It might be a 93 that's close to him. Yeah, Dwight Howard. Now, nobody's going to go for that Dwight Howard card because he literally only has 2 good stats. But he is a cheaper alternative, so that'll drive down Towns' price a little bit. Looking at Blake Griffin, he is the best power forward for the big man lineup, but just because of how overpowered the big man lineup is, I don't think he's going to go up as much as the other guys. So we got to take out two-way, just look at his competition. So you got Karl Malone, 93 as a set legend. Also got Shawn Kemp, 94 as a set legend. So those guys will keep his price down a little bit. Obviously, his price is still going to rise. Then we got 96 Andrew Wiggins. I honestly don't think his price is going to go up all that much because of Hero of the Month Kawhi, and he just doesn't have super impressive stats. I think he's going to stay relatively the same. Then we've got our 96 Steph Curry. So we're going to look at people relatively close to him. I'm pretty sure his only competition is Tracy McGrady, which is why his price is going to go up a ton, especially considering what his 3-point stat is, just what all of his stats are. His only weak stat is defense, which most people don't care all that much about. And he blows Tracy McGrady out of the water in regards to 3-pointer. He's far and away the best shooting guard at that position, and because of how many people really like Steph Curry, and I believe he also gives a boost to the 3-point stat, so that's just another plus. So I think his price, he might go up more than anybody else. And then lastly for the 96s, we've got Russell Westbrook, who's a point guard for the shooting lineup. I think his price is going to go up significantly as well. Really, his only competition, 94 and up, is Steve Nash, who's expensive to put together and actually has... that's comparing the wrong person. Actually does not have quite as good stats. He does have a better 3-pointer, but that's really the only thing he beats him out in. And then that Chris Paul card. So those two, Chris Paul Christmas card isn't really much competition because there are so few of those. So Steve Nash is really the only one that's going to keep his price down, and he also gives a boost to the shooting attribute. So I think he's going to be another one of those guys whose price is going to go up significantly. And then we just have a couple more. So the Masters, not really the Masters, the All-Star Award winners. So Eric Gordon, Glenn Robinson, Porzingis, and Davis. Obviously, Anthony Davis' price is going to go way up because he is one of the few good two-way power forwards. Okay, so we do have Amari Stoudemire competing with him, but I don't think that he's really going to compare. The thing is, most people can't even afford Anthony Davis, so I'm not going to say that's something you should necessarily invest in. Same for Porzingis. He is a really good center for the big man lineup, but most people can't afford him anyway, so I'm just going to talk about Eric Gordon and Glenn Robinson. I think Eric Gordon is going to go up significantly as well, so obviously he is a shooting guard for the shooting lineup, and there are a lot of options there. We also have Ray Allen, but Ray Allen's price is always going to be high just because he's Ray Allen, one of the greatest shooters of all time. Thing is, Eric Gordon actually has a better 3-point stat than Ray Allen. He's by far the best overall for somebody that has a 95 3-point stat for the shooting lineup, which is why his price is going to go up as well. And he's actually going for pretty cheap right now. I think he's going for like 1.2 million or less. I think that's 1.2 million. Well, I must have typed the wrong thing. Probably typed one too many zeros. Let's see. Yeah, so he's going for about 1.2, so I would snag him up. And then Glenn Robinson, he is tied for the best overall for his position. So he is a small forward for the defensive lineup. I would pick him up as well. Really, his only alternatives at that position are Bernard King, who doesn't really have great stats. He's only better in speed and dribbling, which most people don't look at a whole lot for small forward. And then you have League versus League Paul George, but it's going to take most people a while to get him. So right now his price is crazy low. He's below 1 million coins. I would snag him up immediately. That's one of the reasons that I bought him up, is I think his price is going to go up a bunch as well. And as his price goes up, Bernard King's price will go up as well. So that's going to be it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed, and if there's any players that I missed that you guys want to know about, if their prices will go up or not, if there's anybody you think I guessed wrong on, let me know. And I'm sure there will be all kinds of people down in the comments fact-checking about players that I said incorrect things about. But for the most part, I hope that this was helpful for you guys. So that's going to be about it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe if you did, and I will see you guys next time.